Hey everyone, welcome to the National Almond Day edition of our CPA News Update. I'm Bill Sheridan with the Maryland Association of CPAs and the Business Learning Institute. Here's what's happening around the profession today, Tuesday, February 16th, 2016. First up, a growing number of fraud cases in Maryland has the state's top tax collector calling for an expansion of his powers of investigation and prosecution. Comptroller Peter Francho met with reporters late last week and called on state legislators to pass House Bill 162, which would grant his agency additional powers to investigate and prosecute tax fraud cases. The MACPA has testified in support of that bill. You can read more about that at thedailyrecord.com. 108 members of Congress sent a letter to Labor Secretary Tom Perez expressing serious concern with efforts to finalize a new rule this year that would more than double the salary threshold to determine who is eligible for overtime pay. The Department of Labor released a proposed rule last summer that would require businesses to pay overtime wages to employees making $50,440 or less per year, which would be a 113% increase over the current threshold. The letter urges the DOL to reconsider the move with overtime rules as drafted. Lawmakers argue that the rule would have a disproportionate impact on small businesses and nonprofits, particularly in certain geographic areas. You can read more about that at associationsnow.com. The Financial Accounting Standards Board has affirmed narrow scope changes to its revenue recognition standard on issues including collectability, contract modifications, and completed contracts at transition. Those changes come in response to feedback from financial statement preparers and other interested parties. Read more at journalofaccountancy.com. The International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants is seeking comments on a proposed standard that addresses how audit firm personnel should act toward an audit or assurance client who has a long association with the firm. The document relates to the board's project to develop more robust and comprehensive provisions dealing with the long association of personnel with an audit or assurance client. Accounting Today has a full list of the proposals that are being re-exposed for comment in that area. 1 in 3 U.S. board members and executives are very concerned that the climate of uncertainty and volatility may pose a significant threat to their corporate strategy. That's according to a new survey by KPMG. The survey found that more than 3 out of 4 executives said management tends to use outdated assumptions in setting strategy. 32% of those surveyed said they are very concerned that management tends to use more of the same assumptions regarding key factors and uncertainties in setting strategy, and another 46% said they are somewhat concerned about that. Respondents ranked economic uncertainty, technology and innovation, and government regulation as the 3 trends that are having the most significant impact on the company's strategy or the assumptions underlying it. Read more at accountingtoday.com. Most small business owners are feeling good about their financial situation, and that's improved their outlook for the coming year. That's according to a quarterly survey of small business owners conducted in January by Gallup for Wells Fargo. The survey's index of small business optimism jumped 13 points from November to 67, its highest level in a year. The most noteworthy finding in the Wells Fargo survey was that 2/3 of small business owners rated their financial situation as good. That's the highest percentage in 8 years. Read more at bizjournals.com/Baltimore. Finally, about half of internal audit leaders lack confidence in their staff's cybersecurity expertise, and nearly half say internal audit has little or no involvement in evaluating the quality of data used in their organization. That's according to a new survey from the Institute of Internal Auditors. The survey found that a lack of cybersecurity expertise among internal audit staff significantly affects internal audit's ability to address cybersecurity risk. Read more on the Journal of Accountancy's website. And speaking of auditing, we have a 4-hour webcast that highlights accounting and auditing updates. That's scheduled for tomorrow, Wednesday, February 17th, from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern. The webcast will cover relevant pronouncements, exposure drafts, and other guidance recently issued in the accounting and auditing arenas. Get details and register at macpa.org. That's it for today. Have a fantastic evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.